it's gonna be weird. Hopefully fun, and hopefully I'll leave this part into the video. How's it going, Rogues Gallery? And welcome to another Flesh and Blood video here on Red Zone Rogue. Today I am joined by a good friend of mine, Az from Go Again Gaming, and we are going to be talking about the best, I'm gonna put that in air quotes, the best card names in Flesh and Blood. How are you doing today, Az?
Yeah, I'm not bad, yeah. I'm looking forward to this because it's just a bit of a fun video, isn't it? It's like a definitive tier list of the best card names.
It's way more loose than that. We're just gonna go through like 36 card names. But yeah, Flesh and Blood has some really good card names. And we're gonna use the word good very subjectively, right? So you can determine what's good on your, for your own merits. We're gonna talk about the card names, and then at the end of the video, both Az and I will choose our favorite, or what we think is the best Flesh and Blood card name, and then we'll have you folks out there vote on it. I will have like a link to a community poll, and you can vote on if I chose the best name or if Az chose the best name. You can also let us know what your favorite is on the bottom, in the comments down below too. You can do that too. So let me pull up the card list, and we're gonna get started. And we're getting started with.
If we don't mention your favorite, then definitely just let us know in the comments what your favorite is. Yes, because there's so many out there. I'm sure we'll miss a few.
Oh yeah. I mean, there was I had to whittle it down, right? So we have 36 cards to get through today, and there was way more than 36 that I think are justifiable. And for example, the first card here is Sonic Boom, and
Sonic Boom.
Exactly. That is exactly why I chose this one. Sonic Boom. I would love to see more Street Fighter references in Flesh and Blood, like a Hadouken or something. Maybe in Mysteria we'll get a Hadouken.
No, it's got to be in there. It's got to be some sort of art with someone doing this, with Hadouken coming out. But yeah, this is a sick one, because even if they are sort of referencing Street Fighter, they've even got the action there. He's got his arms out like this, about to chuck it like Guile does in the Street Fighter. So I reckon they are sort of pulling from other things, but rightly so, because it looks awesome as well.
Yeah, and this is the kind of flavor you can expect going forward. Sort of. Right. So the next one is Meet and Greet. And this one is a pun, and puns are fantastic or awful depending on your personal taste. And I don't remember exactly what it was, but the German translation of this was basically was it the German or the French translated to carnal lust or something like that?
Yeah, it was German. Yeah, it was German. Yeah, Fleisch and Lust or something like that.
Yeah.
But this sounds like a brute card. Meet and Greet sounds like a brute card rather than a brute blade.
I think we have a lot of brute cards on this list. And does that lead into the next one? It does lead into the next one. Next one is Swing Fist, Think Later. And
another sort of play on words.
This is the one that one of the cards that I most frequently not pronounce, but misattribute. I always think it's Swing First, Think Later, but it's Swing Fist, Think Later.
Yeah, I always saw that when I was playing it as well. I thought it was Swing First. But reading the card explains the card, people.
This one also has great flavor text that says, "Nobody says that about my mama."
And the guy's name is called Thuck as well.
Yeah. Excuse me?
Yeah, exactly.
Next one is Choke Slam. I mean, you gotta have freaking Choke Slam on here. I think the name of Choke Slam implies that they might have a Tombstone pile driver eventually.
But yeah, I'm sure we'll see more wrestling references as well going forward, or maybe even in this video.
Yeah, Choke Slam's a good one. Next is Arg ... Smash, or as people just say Arg Smash. This one I like because they're very bold with the templating. They have ellipses in the title, so it's Arg ... Smash and then an exclamation mark, which is it's pretty creative. You don't see other card games have names like this, right? You can't really expect to have a Magic card outside of an unset to have a name like Arg Smash, right?
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's giving you the timing and the tempo of the card. It's like R Smash.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
So yeah, brilliant.
Next up, okay, I actually have a story about this one. Next one is Light It Up. And Light It Up, does what it looks like it's doing. She's lighting it up. But James White actually told me a story about this card and why it's called Light It Up, which is why I wanted to put it on this list. When he gave me my preview card, Seek and Destroy, I said, oh, that's awesome. It's a reference to Metallica, because Seek and Destroy is a Metallica song. And he actually said that the original name for Light It Up was Ride the Lightning, which is another Metallica song and a Metallica album, absolutely classic metal album. And they got the art back, and the art didn't quite match up with what they wanted it to look like with Ride the Lightning. And so they changed it to Light It Up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if she was riding a lightning bolt, then yeah, it would make sense, wouldn't it? But she's definitely not this. But
that would be rad, though. Like if she was riding a lightning bolt, like get rid of that ground, put her in the air, and then like a lightning bolt. That would look so cool. Next one is Tear Asunder. This one, not really jokey. It's just really, really cool. And the dude is literally like opening the freaking clouds, right? He's like parting the clouds with his fists.
Also, with this as well, the art on it as well is this guardian that we keep seeing. This the one that just wants to murder people with this giant axe or giant halberd. I think it's the same character.
It might be the dude from the Righteous Cleansing, where he's got like his big mace thing, and it's like taking a giant chunk out of someone.
Yeah, I think that's the same guy, and the one on Mangel as well. The one who's holding the guy. He's got his halberd through his face, basically. I think he does have a name.
I want to say it's like Jarkeld or something. I don't remember.
No, you're right. Yeah, Jarl Vatrady. So I'm sure I'm sure we'll see him at some point. Anyway, next card.
Next one is Thump.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah,
just Thump. And when we're doing casting, it's a thing that I would, say. They did draft, and I was like, I try to make it a thing on coverage where I say you got to pump the thump. Got to pump that thump.
Yeah, I think it's one of the first cards on the list as well that is based on onomatopoeia. So onomatopoeia, for people that don't know, is basically a word that sounds like how it is when you hear it, and thump is like thump. You're hitting someone with the thing. So I'm not sure if we'll have any more on this list, but that's the first onomatopoeic word.
Yeah, we might we might.
Okay.
Next up we have Seek and Destroy. I chose Seek and Destroy. Obviously, for the reasons I said before. It's a metal reference. It's a great song, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would play it, but Metallica would sue me in a heartbeat because it's Metallica. Next is Deep Blue. I put Deep Blue on here because not only is the dude just wearing blue in the art, but the card, the name hints at what it actually does. Because it basically turns any one of your cards into a blue pitch card and then puts it on the bottom. So it puts it deep and then turns it blue.
I've never thought about that. Yeah. So it's like the mechanics are in the name here. So you're tucking the card, getting the blue pitch out of it. So yeah, Deep Blue. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, that's really clever. It's a really clever name for the card. Next up, we have Bad Beats. What do you think about Bad Beats?
Bad Beats. Isn't Bad Beats isn't it like a slogan or a sort of descriptive word for just getting high rolled?
Yeah, exactly. And this card has to do with rolling dice.
Yeah. There we are then. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's Bad Beats, man. Next one is Macho Grande.
Macho Grande. Well, it was one of the first ones we saw, wasn't it, Macho Grande for Everfest?
I think so, yeah. It's also one of those card names where, I've heard people call it Nacho Grande, and then people go from Nacho Grande into, Nacho Libre, so it's or not Nacho Libre, so it's it's this
and
card
you just got back in your head for the rest of the evening.
Yeah. So, it starts out as Macho Grande and ends up as, Nacho Libre, so... Yeah. So, yeah, that's that one. Next, we have another movie reference with Wax On. If you...
Oh, is this a movie reference, is it? I didn't know this.
Yeah, this is a Karate Kid reference. Wax On, Wax Off. And then it was also picked up in the Ninja Turtles movie when they were referencing the Karate Kid. Wax On, Wax Off. So you gotta have... And the guy in the art, is very Mr. Miyagi, reminiscent. He's like this old, kung fu dude.
Type.
Yeah. And then the flavor text actually alludes to that too. It says, find lessons in every task you undertake. And the whole thing was the wax on, wax off was he's waxing Mr. Miyagi's car, right? And so like, he's like, here's a lesson in your chores. So
nice.
Next up we have, this one's just awesome. Like there's no cheeky reference or anything. This is just blood on her hands. Yeah. This one's just rad. And then the art is also rad.
I think it's also the first card. I could be wrong here, correct us in the comments, but isn't it the first card that actually hints at a pronoun in the card name, like blood on her hands, blood on his something? Because I don't think there's any other card that says her or his or theirs on Flesh and Blood cards. I think this is the first one, blood on her hands.
You might be right. I have no idea. I'd have to go look.
So it's actually referencing, it's specialization that references the character that you're playing, her hands, blood on her hands.
Yeah.
So questions in the comments if you think, if there is another one, then let us know. But I think it is the only one that references a pronoun to a certain degree. So interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Next one is another reference. This one's more obvious. It's called Blade Runner.
Oh yeah, this is a good one.
Yep, Blade Runner, reference to Blade Runner, and also the art. The person has like a blade, and they're running, I guess. They have like these steam-powered boots and also gloves. Like their gloves also have steam like coming out of them.
And this is such a speculative card. Like, a warrior card which has steam boots and steam arms coming off of it. It's just like running around in what looks like a city. Metrics, potentially.
Maybe, I don't want to get too much in the weeds on this, but I don't think it means we'll have a mechanologist warrior. What I think it might mean is that we might have cards in the metric set that are like augments that you can have that like the characters could like buy from a mechanologist and like slap it on. So you can have like a steam powered bow or like a, extra hot sword that like is kind of like a fire sword,
Really good idea. Yeah, augmenting the equipment that you have to do extra things.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Next one is Tan and Grace, also known as T-Bone.
Nice, yeah.
T-Bone. I mean, the card's called T-Bone, right? How could I not put it on this list? It is T-Bone. I also like when I pull this. This is one of the cards that when you open up in a booster pack, I'm always like T-Bone. Yeah. And also the art, the dude looks like he's from Final Fantasy. I know this is not about the art, but I mean like the dude looks like he's from Final Fantasy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next one we have a fan favorite, Bingo.
Bingo, yeah.
Everyone likes the bingo. Also, the flavor text says "Winner, winner, chicken dinner," which is also good.
People thought, I love that. We're not speaking about the art, but people thought this was Dash in this clown outfit.
I don't know. I don't know. Next one is this is a great one. I love this one. This is Knick Knack Bric-a-Brac. Like, what an absurd name, man. Like,
I don't even know what it means. Do we know what it is? It like referencing anything at all, or is it a saying like elsewhere?
Yeah, I think it's a saying. I know it's a saying here in the States, but I don't know if it's a saying elsewhere. You call something like knick-knack, like a knick-knack, and a knick-knack would just be like a little curio kind of thing, right? Like a doily or whatever. Like I don't know. I don't buy knick-knacks, but like stuff that you can get like at a flea market and that kind of stuff.
Okay, yeah, I'm just looking at hot take live here on the video is Knick-Knack Bric-a-Brac, English language and usage. It's a small decorative object of little value. So something you pick up at a flea market, or something that's obviously on the art here with this guy. He's got loads of stuff, trinkets and that surrounding him. Yeah,
he's like, hey, buy my crap. That's basically what he's like. Just buy my crap.
Buy my crap, belly hanging out, loving life.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Dude's looking very festive. Very, very festive.
Yeah, exactly.
Next one is... Oh, this one's great just because it's another card that, like, has flavor and also the name it just ties in with the mechanic. This is Pick a Card, Any Card.
One of Bill's favorites.
Yeah, definitely had to have Pick a Card, Any Card. Though, every time I say it, I always miss it. I always say Pick a Card, Pick Any Card. It's just Pick a Card, Any Card, but... Still.
Oh.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally what the card does. Like,
yeah.
And it's also a reference. Yeah.
It's awesome. It just reminds me of the UPF games we played, where it's just absolute hilarity what actually happens and the interactions you get with it, and it is very in tandem with the interaction itself. So you're actually picking a card, any card from your opponent's hand, and guessing what it is. So it's a fun little mini game.
Yeah. Next one is Smashing Good Time.
Oh yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
I know.
Good one, because this is the one that Pleasant Kenobi spoiled as his card for Everfest, and it's a English sort of smashing good time, lovely old job, sort of proper English.
If they ever make lovely old job into a card, they are obligated to give it to you to spoil. Yeah.
Oh, I know, right? Just a stupid set like Everfest, people just having a good time. There's going to be a lovely old job card, and that's what me.
Everfest 2, lovely old job. Next one, next one is Soul Food. And
Soul Food.
Soul Food is like in a very serious set. Like, it's in Monarch, which is probably the most serious Flesh and Blood set. Everything's like dark and super grim, light versus shadow, good versus evil, and there's just like here's Soul Food.
Soul Food, yeah. As a bowl of ramen, lovely old job.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Next one, another reference to a song. This is Dreamweavers, and every time I open this, I'd like to sing Dreamweaver, the scene from what is it? The show with why can't I think of it? Wayne's World. Party time.
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like Dreamweaver, the song would play like when he saw the girl. And so when I was opening Monarch, I had to sing Dreamweavers if I pulled like a cold foil one, which happened. Next one is a pun as well, and I like it. Deep Rooted Evil. And it's got a big tree on it. It's just got a big.
Oh right, yeah.
It's just got a big tree on it, and the tree is like reaching out. It's a weird tree, but
the tree looks like it's made of like flesh though, so it's definitely a deep rooted evil.
Yep. Deep rooted flesh tree. It
also
also
strange things, like almost like the vines sort of thing.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah. It also alludes to the card's mechanic because it just keeps coming back from the banish zone, right? You can keep playing it from your banish zone. It's deep rooted. It just keeps coming back.
Nice.
Next we have, I think a lot of people would choose this one as their best card name, like hands down. If I put a vote, I think a lot of people would choose this. This is Convulsions from the Bellows of Hell.
Yeah, I was about to guess what it was. Convulsions, Bellows of Hell. That's a fantastic one.
Like, it's good. The name is just metal. It's like metal as hell. Like, literally. The art is just like viscera. It's just like gore just flying around.
It is.
And the name is like so long that they had to like shrink the type font, or the typeface, and like cram it in. Yeah. I love it.
That's right. Yeah, it is great. The art as well. I mean, it looks like a death metal album cover. It's just This is like one of the most metal ones, as you said earlier.
You could literally just crop the rules text out, and then just keep the name and the art, and it's an album. Like Convulsions from the Bells of Hell is the name of the album, and this is the art. Like that.
Yeah. That's all you need.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. Next up is another fan favorite. Could you guess this one? This is another recent fan favorite. As, by the way, doesn't have the list, and he can't see what I'm putting on.
Anything. Well, so this is what, from the new set, Uprising?
No, but it was recently in the news. Flesh and Blood news.
I'm going blank. You have to ruin it for me.
It is Stubby Hammerers.
Oh, yes, because everyone thought it was Hammers, wouldn't it? Stubby Hammers. No, Hammerers.
And people were like, Stubby Hammerers. Or Stubby Hammers. Yeah. So, this is legendary. Not actually as a card, but legendary in terms of the history of Flesh and Blood, because it's a common card that basically is getting banned from every single format. And then also the name is just hilarious.
Stubby Hammerers, yeah.
It's just a good name. It has the word stubby in it. Like,
Stubby.
it's just a funny name.
I've got a feeling it sort of relates to the dwarf character who's on like Belittle and Minimalism. There's got a dwarf coming up soon that's, who the hammerers belong to, potentially.
Yeah. Also, this is one of the cards that people nickname, at least I nickname, I just call it Stubbies. So we like, crack my Stubbies. Yeah. I literally never called it Stubby Hammerers. It's just so awkward to say, just call it Stubbies. So.
Stubbies, yeah.
Next up, we have Beast Mode.
Beast Mode, yeah.
Beast Mode. Yeah, I think, even though it's like the most violent class, I think Brute is also probably has like some of the most meme names out of any of the classes. It's like violent and also has like these meme names like Beast Mode, like Swing Fist, Think Later. What's the other one we talked about today? Bad Beats.
Bad Beats, yeah.
Yeah. Next we have another Brute one, Smash with Big Tree.
Fairly sort of NSFW as well, which is quite funny.
Yeah.
Smash with Big Tree and stuff, so it's just a funny card, really. All the Brute cards are funny.
Another small story about Smash with Big Tree. Ian Kenderdine was on my channel at one point, and he said that this was a placeholder name for Monarch. So this card was originally a Monarch. It was a placeholder name. And they liked the name so much, like Ian liked it so much that he was like, no, you have to keep it as Smash with Big Tree. And so they did. Next we have, this one is quite personal, but it also is a reference. This is Burn Them All.
Yeah, nice.
Which is a great name. Does exactly what it says, burns everyone. And also, James White told me literally it's a reference to Game of Thrones with Aegon Targaryen saying, burn them all. So, yeah, reference. And it does what it does. It does what it says, which is cool.
I haven't seen many people playing it, though, as of yet.
I've seen... There is one deck that I'm actually going to be doing a deck tech on for Blitz Dromai that's almost all red. It's not quite all red, but it's almost all red. That one, it got first place at a skirmish.
Nice.
Then it's running 2 Burn Them All. And then obviously it's like amazing in Ultimate Pit Fight.
Oh yeah, oh god, yeah.
Speaking of which, we have an Ultimate Pit Fight coming out, and I'm playing Dromai, and you should watch it when it comes out.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be after Lille, I expect, or some stage. But yeah, look out for that on this channel, as other channels as well.
Yeah. Next we have another card that I think a lot of people would say is one of the best ones. Let's see if you can guess this one. This is a card that a lot of people think it's the best one from Uprising.
What class is it?
Wizard.
I don't know.
It is Frosting.
Frosting?
Yeah, yep. People love frosting. Like,
bit of frosting.
It's frosting. And also, like, yeah, just frosting. Same artist as the current background here, actually, Manuela Crovius. She's awesome.
I couldn't think of anything there because you said Uprising. All I could see in my head was just fire and flame and stuff. That's all I could find. It's just an Ice Wizard action. I'm just like, wow, yeah, that's the Icelander still exists in that set, you know?
Yeah.
Just all fire and hell stone.
So this next one is more of a great name for all of the New Zealanders out there. I think it's a very deep cut for like New Zealand. And I didn't actually get the reference until someone told me, but it's Coronet Peak. And Coronet Peak is an actual peak in New Zealand, I think. Like it's it's an actual place, like a mountain called Coronet Peak.
Oh, right. Okay.
And I didn't know that. I'm just like, oh, it's a cool name for a card. And it's also a real thing. So it's just one of those names that's just kind of interesting. Like, yeah.
I think that's one of the first ones we've had that reference a actual geographical location in New Zealand. So it sounds awesome. Coronet Peak. It sounds good.
Yeah. And then we have, this is another one from Uprising that a lot of people like. Maybe more than Frosting, actually, because this one's a card that's played very well. This one is Erase Face.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean,
Erase face. Yeah.
I mean, it's just good. Like it's not quite alliteration, but it's got that like cadence to it, like erase face. You know, the little rhyme there.
Quite poetic, isn't it? Erase face.
Yeah, and also it's like really silly because it's called erase face. So, yeah, I mean,
punch in the existence, pure Thanos.
Yeah, can't have it on here without. I mean, you can't have a list of the best names without erase face.
No.
And then we also have That All You Got. And you got to say it like that. That all you got? You can't really be like, I play That All You Got.
Like That All You Got.
That All You Got. This is one of the few card names with a question mark. Because it's literally a question. He's posing a question. That all you got?
No, that's true.
Yeah. Like, I can't really think of many card names in any card game ever that I can think of that has question mark. So, there's that.
I mean, so you're hero-centric, aren't you? So it's like you, as the hero, asking the question to your opponent mechanically. Is that all you got while I'm blocking you for this and drawing a card, potentially?
Yeah.
It's cool how they work that in.
And then the flavor text is also really good that says, "If only they were all as pathetic as you," by Victor Goldmane. Guy's a piece of work.
Yeah.
And then the final two cards, I think we're at the end here. The final two cards. Oh no, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little ahead. We still have Crazy Brew. It's Crazy Brew. It literally has the word crazy in it. So I think Crazy Brew is like an OG Flesh and Blood like card name, right? It's Crazy Brew.
Everyone loves playing a Crazy Brew and just cracking it and seeing what happens. You know, it's just one of those ridiculous lines of play that you just hope for the best. I'm gonna crack my Crazy Brew, I'm gonna drink it and see what happens.
Yeah. It's crazy. I've killed myself with a Crazy Brew in our UPF games. So, yeah. If there's a second shout out for our UPF games, you should go watch our UPF games. It's on my channel, also on Az's channel, so you should watch it on his channel too.
More coming soon as well. Some good ones. We've got some good ones in the list for that, so definitely watch out for those.
Yeah, the next one's like real spicy. Okay, this one I put on because it's really weird, and also cool. This is Mugenshi Release, and Release is like in all caps, and it's like Mugenshi, and then it has the two little dots, and then Release. This is just a weird and kind of a cool card name. Sounds like a move from like an anime character or something.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like if you press start on Street Fighter or Tekken or something, you look at the moves list. This is probably one that appears on there. Mugenshi Release. You press square X R1 R2, and that's how you get the effect.
Yeah.
It does sound like a move on someone's list, which is nice. And the colon as well. The colon it hasn't been seen in anything else in the game so far.
It's just a really weird card name, but it's cool. Really weird, but cool.
Cool.
Yeah, and then the last two cards here, I put it on there because they are troll names by LSS. It had to have been on purpose. Like, I can't see it not being on purpose. We have Singing Steelblade and Singeing Steelblade. They're basically the same name, except Singeing Steelblade has an E after the G, and that's it. So there's Singeing Steelblade and Singing Steelblade. Individually, they're fine. They're cool names enough, you know. But together, it's just a troll by LSS. And there's so many people who played Singeing Steelblade in specifically Everfest Limited that I played at like in events. They always call it Singing Steelblade. And I'm like, no, Singing Steelblade's the Dorinthia specialization. Singeing Steelblade's this Runeblade card. So definitely a troll move. I don't know if people want to give points to LSS for being trolls about it, but they had to know, right?
Yeah, I know.
There's only like so many Flesh and Blood sets out. You could have picked something else. You picked the same, basically the same name.
You wanted to. They could have just put like Burning Steelblade, referencing the arcane damage or what have you. But they must have initially put that in there because of this.
Well, they didn't even have to put Steelblade. It could have been like Singeing longsword or singeing, any other weapon, but they specifically picked steel blade, just like singing steel blade. So, yeah, troll move. Okay, that's gonna take us to the end, back up to Sonic Boom. All right, this is the part of the video. By the way, thank you all for watching so far. This is the part of the video where we get to pick what we think the best card name in Flesh and Blood is. It's so hard. It's so hard to choose. Like, do I want to pick a cool name or do I want to pick one that's just kind of like a meme? Because there's definitely some meme
Well,
names.
there's a community poll on the line, so whoever chooses the best one. But I guess if we both choose the same one, how do we work that out?
Okay, I actually, you know what? I've come around to something else. I think I know what my favorite name is. Okay, I have it up on screen, so everyone watching, you can already see what I've chosen. I have chosen Sonic Boom. I really like Sonic Boom.
Oh, the very first one, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, and I think it's like, for me personally, it's one of the first instances of like these kind of like funny references that I saw in Flesh and Blood. And Arcane Rising, I started with Welcome to Wraith, but Arcane Rising was the first that I really got deep into. And I remember like opening up those very first like Arcane Rising cases, and like even pulling a Sonic Boom, I even said Sonic Boom. It's just one of those cards that like made me say it like the reference, and I think that makes it just like an awesome name. So I'm gonna go with Sonic Boom for my choice. I love it.
Yeah. If anything that brings you back to the moment you was opening the card, that's a good choice. Mine is it was on the list, and we had a bit of a stump when you were saying it, because I was like, oh, this one's so sick, and that's Convulsions from the Bellows of Hell.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think that was on your mind as well, wasn't it? To be honest.
Yeah, it's
because we're both into sort of metal music, and that's probably one of the most metal names and art combined into one card. So yeah, that's definitely my pick. I also like one that wasn't mentioned, Endless Maw. I like that one as well.
Oh, Endless Maw is pretty good.
Yeah, so that's more of a descriptive name of the art that's on there. But yeah, Convulsion for the Bellows of Hell just sounds like a death metal album name, and I can just see the death metal logo on the art. So yeah.
Yeah, the one I was thinking before I chose Sonic Boom was Stubby Hammerers.
Oh yeah.
I was really thinking about Stubby Hammerers. Maybe I'll change my answer to Stubby Hammerers. I love Stubby Hammerers just because it's so annoying to say Stubby Hammerers, and people just short hammer it to Stubby Hammers. It just sounds so doofy too. I don't know why. It just sounds like doofy. Stubby Hammers. Stubby Hammers.
Hammer. And then people are just like, nah, I don't want to say this. I just want to say Stubbies instead.
Stubbies. And then you shorthand it to Stubbies, which still sounds really silly. Like for like a semi-serious fantasy card game. Well, they do have like some jokey things. This card, I don't know if it was meant to be jokey, but it's still like, it's silly and I love it. It's so good. Okay, yeah, maybe I'll just go with Stubby Hammers. So we'll have Stubby Hammers versus Convulsions from the Bellows of Hell. Oh, these are good names. These are some truly good names. I really do think we have whittled it down to two of the best names in Flesh and Blood, in my opinion.
Two completely different perspectives as well. Pure comedy and then pure death metal.
Yeah, exactly. And I would not fault anyone for voting for either of these. So I will have a vote up on Red Zone Rogue in the community section on the YouTube page. And you can vote for either Convulsions from the Bellows of Hell, that is Az, or you can vote for Stubby Hammerers, and that's my choice. I'm really curious to see. And if there's something on this list that you thought was deserving that we didn't talk about, please let us know in the comments down below. Az already said he likes Endless Maw, but if there's any other ones that you like, please put them down. I'm very interested. I'm gonna definitely read them like I always do.
Definitely, yeah. It's one of the best parts of the game. One of the best parts of the game is going through the theme and the flavour of the sets, rather than just the meta stuff. It is funny just to go into things every now and again. So yeah. Yeah,
just to have fun with the actual cards,
Yeah.
The art and flavor text and, you know, the names, which is like the focus of today's video. Maybe we'll do a best flavor text at some point. There's some good flavor text that we already went through today, but maybe we'll do like a best flavor text at some point.
Yeah. The funny thing is, as well, is that I've never ever played a Convulsions from the Bellows of Hell in my life. I've never played one.
Actually, wait, let me think. No, I don't think I played one either. I'm like, wait, maybe I did. Maybe I did. I think I did. Is this in the Levia starter deck, the Blitz starter deck? If it's in the starter deck, I probably played it like a couple times, but outside of that, I don't think I've ever played it. So.
But, yeah, there we are. Doesn't, you know, playing the card doesn't affect our choices necessarily.
No, not at all. Anyway, thank you, Az, for being on this really silly video. I appreciate it. I think it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's all good stuff.
Where can the viewers find you if they would like to do so?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so I'm Az from Go Again Gaming. So you can check out my YouTube, which is Go Again Gaming, and I'm on Twitter at Go Again Gaming AZ, where I just post some silly things. I actually posted a really, really silly thing today, which is quite funny. So go and check that out. But yeah, that's where you can find me. That's where I'm active most at the moment.
Awesome. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.
Oh,